Abraha ibn al-Sabah was an agent for the Negus, the king of Abyssinia in Yemen. He saw the people preparing for the season in Mecca, so he built a church in Sana'a and wrote to the Negus, "I have built for you a church the likes of which have never been built, and I will not stop until I divert the Arabs' pilgrimage to it." A man from Banu Kinana heard of this and entered it at night, smearing its qibla with excrement. Abraha said, "Who dared to do this?" It was said, "A man from that household heard what you said." So Abraha swore to march to the Kaaba and destroy it. He wrote to the Negus informing him of this and asked him to send him his elephant. He had an elephant called Mahmud, which had never been seen in size, body, and strength. So he sent it to him. Abraha set out on his way to Mecca. The Arabs heard of this, respected him, and saw his struggle as a right upon them. Then a king from the kings of Yemen called Dunafar came out and fought him, but he defeated him. Abraha took him prisoner and said, "O king, spare me, for it is better for you." So he spared him and bound him. Abraha was a forbearing man. Abraha marched until he approached the land of Qatham. Nufail ibn Habib al-Qathami and the Arab tribes who had gathered around him came out to him. They fought him, but Abraha defeated them. He captured Nufail and said to him, "O king, I am your guide in the land of the Arabs. These two hands of mine are with my people, obedient and listening. Spare me, for it is better for you." So he spared him and went out with him to guide him on the way. As Abraha passed by Ta'if, Mas'ud ibn Mordab came out to him with men from Thaqif and said, "O king, we are your slaves, and we will send someone with you to guide you." So they sent with him Abu Rigal, a freed slave of theirs. He set out until he reached Al-Mughamass. Abu Rigal died, and it was he who was to stone his grave. Abraha sent a man from Abyssinia called Al-Aswad ibn Mafsud to lead his cavalry and ordered by raiding the people's livestock. Al-Aswad gathered the wealth of the Haram and seized 200 camels from Abdul Muttalib. Abraha sent Hunata al-Himyari to the people of Mecca and said, "Ask about their nobleman and inform him that I have not come to fight. I have only come to demolish this Kaaba." Hunata set out until he entered Mecca and met Abdul Muttalib ibn Hashim. Hunata said, "The king has sent me to you to inform you that he has not come to fight unless you fight him. He has only come to demolish this Kaaba and then leave you." Abdul Muttalib replied, "We have no intention of fighting him. We will leave him alone with the Kaaba. If God leaves him alone with it, then by God we have no power over him." Hunata said, "Then go with me to him." He went with him until he reached the camp. Dunafar was a friend of Abdul Muttalib's. He came to him and said, "O Dunafar, do you have any support for what has befallen us?" He said, "What good is a captive man who is not safe from being killed morning or evening? But I will send for you to Unais, the elephant trainer, and order him to do for you whatever good he can with the king, and to increase your importance and your position with him." So he sent for Unais, and he came to him and said, "This is the master of the Quraysh, the owner of the spring of Mecca, who feeds the people in the plains and the wild animals in the mountains. The king has captured 200 camels from his camels. So if you can help him, then help him, for he is a friend of mine." Then Anas entered upon Abraha and said, "O king, this is the master of Quraysh and the owner of the spring of Mecca, who feeds the people in the plains and the wild animals in the mountains, asking permission to see you, and he would like you to permit him, for he has come to you neither to oppose you nor to oppose you. So permit him." Abdul Muttalib was a great, mighty, and handsome man. When Abraha saw him, he treated him with great respect and honor, and was reluctant to sit with him on his throne or beneath him. So he went down to the carpet and sat on it with him. Abdul Muttalib said to him, "O king, you have taken a great deal of money from me, so return it to me." The king said to him, "I was pleased when I saw you, and I no longer cared about you." He said, "Why?" He said, "I came to a house that is your religion, the religion of your fathers, your protection and your shelter, to destroy it. And you did not speak to me about it. And you talked to me about 200 camels of yours. He said, I am the master of these camels, and this house has a master who will protect it. He said, he cannot protect it from me. He said, then do whatever you want. He ordered his camels to be returned to him. Then Abdul Muttalib went out and told the Quraysh the news and ordered them to disperse into the valleys. When Abraha arrived at Al-Maghmas, he was ready to enter and had mobilized his army. He brought his elephant close and loaded it with whatever he wanted to load while it was standing. When he moved it, it stopped and was about to be thrown to the ground and kneel, so they hit it with a pickaxe on its head, but it refused. They then put their shields under their cloaks and elbows, but it refused. They directed it to Yemen, so it ran away. They turned it back to the sacred sanctuary, so it stopped. The elephant caught up with one of those mountains. So God sent birds from the sea like balsam, with each bird carrying 3 stones, 2 in its feet and 1 in its beak. They carried stones the size of chickpeas and lentils. When they attacked the people, they sent them down upon them. Those stones did not strike anyone, but they perished, but not all of the people were struck. This is what God Almighty said. Have you not seen how your Lord dealt with the companions of the elephant? Did he not make their plot go astray? And he sent against them birds and flocks, striking them with stones of baked clay, and made them like straw that has been eaten away. Al-Fil 1:1-5. And God sent a disease upon Abraha's body, and they quickly returned, falling to every land. Abraha's fingers began to fall off, and every time a fingertip fell off, a period of pus and blood followed it. He ended up in Yemen like a young bird among those of his companions who remained, and then he died.